Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Team Training Tuesday. I also like to call it Applied NeoLife. And today we have a very special panel of ladies. You all might not know this, but in South Africa, we celebrate women in August. We call it Women's Month, with the 9th of August being the day that we actually remember women for what happened in 1956. It was when women marched onto the government buildings in Pretoria to demand for some rights. But we don't need to do that anymore because we girls know that we are very special. And in this particular session, we want to focus on director. And for the guests, you might be asking yourselves, what is a director? Well, it's a step that is in the starting blocks of succeeding in this business. And that is our focus, to get to director. And then beyond that, it's a case of developing other directors. So what we do in our family is to work together to make the world a healthier and happier place. And as we celebrate women in August, I just want to remind each one of us that women are movers and shakers, impacting the health and well-being of people if intentional about choices of daily habits. Now, it begins with knowing how to choose. And before anybody can make any choice about anything, it has to start with hearing about what choices they are and what options they are. And so we take sharing your life very, very seriously. And I believe we have to share what we've got in this family. So guests, this is going to be a different kind of presentation in that you're going to hear, not from me, but from other ladies who are here, because around us, we have circles of women who weave invisible nets of love that carry us when we are weak and sing with us when we are strong. And I love that because, you know, we have a panel of ladies who will tell their stories, and you'll get what I mean by holding each other up. Now, this business is based on product as well as people, but I just want to show you a few snapshots of what we have. We have the most amazing cleaning range of products. And as women, we know that it is very, very important to clean the home with good products, but unfortunately not everybody knows that yet. So we have that. We also have foundational nutrition products that work. And I believe that's the reason we remain highly motivated and excited, because this particular product is life-changing. And how it changes lives is it actually impacts on the functioning of our hormones and every cell in our body. Amazing indeed. And then we have other things like wellness products like the herbal range. We have skincare range, and we have an opportunity to change the budget of the home. In other words, to expand that budget because we have a business opportunity. So I would like you to know that we have a secret, but it is an open secret. And the secret of the openness of our secret is this, that in order to change, rather, you will never change your life until you change something you do daily. That is the secret. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. And it is astounding how our company that we belong to, this family called NeoLife, is committed to excellence so that we have no excuse for not changing our daily habits. So I'd like you to help me to welcome our panelists. We have, they'll introduce themselves. I don't want to get them to, I don't want to have to say their names. They're going to introduce themselves as they tell their stories. But Dr. Fausta is from Tanzania. Zaituni is from Kampala, as is Stella. But they'll tell you their full names. So right now I'm going to stop sharing and hopefully get into the mode where we can all see each other very well. Right, welcome, ladies. And I just want to give each one a minute to say something about themselves, starting with Dr. Fausta. Please introduce yourself and briefly tell us what you do and maybe how you came across NeoLife.
Cesar, can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me this evening. My name is Fausta Mapunda. I live in Morogoro, in Tanzania. And I work for Sokoine University of Agriculture. My background is I'm an agricultural economist. I did my bachelor in agricultural economics and agribusiness. And I joined the Masters for Agricultural Economics. And I've done a PhD on combining agricultural economics and nutrition. So this is my area that I love most. And being in NeoLife, I'm so much excited because I've done some research based on the same, which attracts me most, continue being in NeoLife. I joined this business. I started as a product user because I had a problem with my backache for so long, almost 2 years. So I kept on moving from one hospital to another to look for solution because the problem was my legs kept on swelling. Hello?
Yes, carry on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I had a problem with my legs. They were swelling and very much painful, but the problem was not being diagnosed. So as I moved on for almost 2 years, struggling to look for a solution, they come to realize that I had a problem with my back, which led to swelling of my legs and also the pain I was facing. So moving here and there, my brother lives near one of the NeoLife members, who is Erinda Mambanga, who is now an Emerald director. So he explained to my brother that I've got a solution on my problem because he has also some challenges. And then when my brother explained to her that my sister is also having a challenge, health challenges, she said that maybe she can call me and then I can explain to her. So I managed to talk to that lady and I didn't think twice. I said, the way I'm struggling, I have to get those products. It was very, very much, I was lucky, I can say, because within 5 days, I started experiencing a very big change. So the pain were very much reduced. And I was actually, oh, what kind of products are these? So when I finished my the products for almost a month, I felt I'm a different person because it was terrible. Imagine by that time I was writing my PhD thesis. So it was very hard for me to sit down and write. I kept on asking my head of department every day, please change my seat. This seat is not comfortable for me, so look for another one. So it came like that, but until I made these products, that's where I found myself uncomfortable, and I managed to complete writing my PhD thesis, and I graduated in March this year. But I'm so much excited when I participated in East African Convention. That's where my journey started, when I found this business in a big picture. Because previously I found that, okay, it works, but maybe just using the products. But when I attended the East African Convention, that's where I changed my mindset and said that, okay, I will fully engage myself after my PhD. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for that. And now I would like to invite Zaituni Kachama. She's online, I'm sure. Please introduce yourself and again briefly tell us how you came across NeoLife and what you do in your day-to-day work. Zaituni?
Yes. Good evening, doctor, and everybody on call. Unfortunately, the lights have just gone out here. I'm using a torch. Let me see how I look when I've touched myself. I'm using a torch. I think it may not be so necessary to see me,
Okay.
but yes, I'm here. My name is Zaitun Kachama. I like the way you say my name. Most people make it crooked like it sounds. I am a teacher by profession. I'm an artist by profession. Actually, my undergraduate is in Bachelor of Industrial Fine Art. And then I have a postgraduate diploma in education. I do printing and graphics on NASA Road with my husband. I'm a counselor by passion and practice. And I'm a life coach, very interested in relationships and personal growth. That has just come into my life. I'm trying to build that. Where did I find NeoLife? I'm a product of Use the Products, because we were in a meeting one day last year around July, a meeting of old girls trying to build an investment club. One of my old girls pulls out a Pro Vitality sachet and she requested for water from the waiter. And I was like, what is that? I just asked, what is that? Out of the many who were in the room, I kind of picked the interest. And that old girl is none other than Stella Nambazira. So she went on and gave me a brief on Pro Vitality and mentioned that when you use Pro Vitality in your life, it can do a number of wonderful things for your life. Many of the things she mentioned, she seemed to have, because she told me it helps you get a good skin, it tones your body, you don't age, and it boosts your immunity. I know Stella, we had been in school for quite a long time, and she had adolescent skin, skin that has a number of pimples here and there. But now she looked like she didn't have any spot. And I was like, oh, this is truth now. But then I wasn't interested in skin then. I have a son here at home. I am a mother, I didn't mention. I'm a mother of many children. When I say the number of children I have, the whole usually makes a lot of noise. Hope the globe might not shake. But I'm a mother of 10 children. And my 9th child, that is a boy we call Ahmed, was born and diagnosed with Down syndrome. It was quite a hard time then. He was struggling with a lot of mucus, very slow growth. His weight was not improving. He had not walked by 3 years and 7 months. So Stella tells me that this could help, because I told her about my son. And she told me, you never know, let's try. It could help. So we got omega-3 and we got TRINN. I was supposed to get Vita Squares, but then they were out of stock. Someone had, kind of swept the whole warehouse of Vita Squares. So I got omega-3 and TRINN, and we started on to that journey. My son, I usually say around 2 weeks, because it was around 2 weeks and a few days, his mucus reduced in an amazing way, because this is a gentleman who used to have mucus throughout the night, throughout the day. And remember, he had not walked. So when I went back to the warehouse and I mentioned, because remember, in NeoLife, good news is for everybody. So I mentioned that my son had improved, and everybody was like, "You mentioned he had not walked. Please get him some CalMag." And I was like, "CalMag?" Remember, I'd just seen a wonderful thing. So I just didn't ask, what does CalMag do anyway? They just told me, get CalMag, he might be able to move. So Ahmad starts CalMag, 1 pill a night. And in 2 weeks, my son was able to get off the floor and he walked. Today, now that is a story of the past. So that is where NeoLife finds me. Me being I'm some sort of a speaker, I'm a counselor, I am in the women's circles, I am a mother, a wife. To me, this was news. It was a message from the Creator. And I chose to share this information with anybody who can give me their 30, 40 minutes, with every friend who passes my path. So that is me in the intro. Thank you very much.
Awesome. You know, I always remember you because we met in a breakout room on Zoom. We haven't yet met in person, but we will soon, I'm sure. But in that breakout room, you were so new, just a few days into the business. And I was so impressed by one thing, your excitement. And I hope that never, never fades. So now we're going to hear from our third panelist, who happens to be the lady who introduced Zaituni, the lady who took out a Pro Vitality sachet and asked for some water and picked interest that got her a downline. And that's how to do it. So I have the pleasure of introducing the lady that calls herself Morning Star. Otherwise, she's known as Stella Nambazi. Okay, take it away, Stella.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Eseza. I hope you're able to hear me.
Yes.
My network is a bit shaky. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are.
Good evening, everyone on the call this evening. We are glad to have you. I am privileged to be part of the panel and part of the discussion and part of the sharing today. I am called Stella Nambazira, but you can also call me Morning Star. I'm a computer scientist by training. I'm a scientist with a bias of computer science, but I've since handled many other professions, including project management, strategy management. I train adult learners and many other things. I am a mother of 3 adorable children. And for me, it was one of the current last born. It is through this child that I got to find out about NeoLife. When this baby was making 3 months, he was challenged by a situation that gave him a very bad skin irritation that many doctors at the time were not able to conclusively give a solution to. So we kept hopping from one hospital to another, and we got we were given medicine, a number of creams to use, but for some reason the situation did not resolve. Now, because this child was crying throughout the night, we could barely sleep. It was a very stressful moment. And when you're going through a stressful moment, you're a little bit desperate. Mothers might know this. So you tend to share a lot with everyone and everyone that you meet. So on this one day, as I was sharing with a friend of mine, I was coming from the hospital with a child, so I actually showed my friend what was happening. And she got disturbed and said, you know what, if you have done everything, you've gone to the doctors you've mentioned, why don't we try something else? Now, at that particular moment, I had to listen to anyone who could give me a solution. So she told me, I have a lady friend of mine.
Oopsie. Are you there? Okay. Looks like the network has...
Help me call the lady right now. I hope you're still able to hear me. So I told her, call for me this lady. And when the lady came to me, she explained to me how I was going to use the products. She gave me the products. And it was amazing that upon using these products, in a space of about 2 to 3 weeks, we were able to see a result. The child got better. We started having calm moments, and eventually the child became okay. Now, at that point, I had actually been introduced to NeoLife, but I really knew more about the products and not the business, although I had actually been registered as a member. It's only until 3 years down the road of using the products that another friend came to me and told me about the business. And it was exciting to listen in and hear. And I chose to take in the opportunity. And since then, 1 year and about 4 months down the road, it's been an exciting journey that we'll share, like we're going to share today. So for me, that's how I got to become a part of NeoLife, and I don't regret a single day of my 4.5 years being part of this opportunity. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I just want to introduce myself as well, very, very briefly. My name is Esa Zanambasi. I've been running this platform, I think is amazing, but it could be for over 1.5 years now. And thank you to everybody who's on the call for making it grow. I'm a medical doctor by training, and by passion, I love what we do in NeoLife because it makes absolute sense. And so I've invited these ladies to share some ideas, and we are going to now brush it a little bit. I'll start with Fausta, and then I will come back to Zaituni and Stella. But Fausta, you know, you have very recently been celebrated for stepping up to director, and we really want to applaud you. You know, in this opportunity, the best incentive is actually the compensation plan. Please describe the difference to our audience between what a senior manager earns and what a director earns. Because I'm sure people are saying, why should I stretch myself to reach director? Fausta?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Esiza. Yeah, it is really a big difference between the earnings senior manager earns and the one that the director earns. For me, I've realized that as you become a senior manager, you are motivated by the bonus that you are getting. But when you become a director, that makes a very big difference. Myself, I got like, if I'm to convert it in terms of dollars, it was like around $600 as a director. But when I was a senior manager, it was around $250 US dollars. So me, it's like 2 times from what I used to earn when I was a senior manager. But this is only from the bonuses, leaving alone the profit I'm getting by selling the products. So to me, I find that is very motivating factor. If you become a director, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Awesome. Okay. Now you became director recently, but Stella, has been a director for a few months. So Stella, tell Fausta what to look forward to, and then I'll come back to Zaituni, who you are also motivating by talking like this. Stella, what makes the difference between a director and an Emerald director? Stella, are you there?
Thank you so much, Doctor. Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. First of all, I'll start off by congratulating Fausta for becoming a director. And I am looking forward to her working towards Emerald Director and beyond. And that is the beauty of NeoLife. There are so many milestones. It's up to you to move on and pick them up at the time you actually need to pick them up. So what should Fausta look out for? First of all, currently, I think beginning this year, when you are a director and you step up to Emerald Director and you are consistent, there's a consistency bonus and incentives around there. So that's one of the things that is very good. My time when I was moving up from a distributor for the members who are not part of NeoLife, we start a distributor, then we go to the next level, it's manager, then senior manager, executive manager, and then the director. There were quite a number of incentives at every step of the way. So that's one very, very motivating thing. The other thing is that you start to enjoy other benefits, such as leadership trainings, where you're either a facilitator for specially and targeted training sessions, but also we have leadership sessions across regions, which you can actually be invited to participate at really no cost. So that is something exciting. It has travel in there, and you get to motivate and work with a much bigger team, work with people across the network. So there are so many exciting things to get to director level. And I would urge other distributors on the call who are not yet there, let's work together to get ourselves to director and eventually to diamonds. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And now, Zaituni, I spoke to you and you were out on the road working very, very hard. And I was so impressed because you were looking for prospects when we chatted. And I just want you to explain what qualities you look for when you look for prospects. What are you looking for in someone who is wanting, whom you are wanting in your life family, in your business? Zaituni?
Thank you very much. It's so funny. In the beginning, I just had a raw approach. It was very raw and very naive and very innocent. To me, I just had this beautiful information or a gift to give to everybody, you know. Anybody who could give me their time, I would tell you, or I would invite my upline to share this with you. But along the way, because it ceases to be about just getting in people.
Yes, it ceases to be just, okay, you're muted. Okay, unmute.
So sorry for that. Someone was calling me. May I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Yes. Along the way, as we get deeper into the business, you realize that it no longer is about people coming in and getting kits and just sitting there. You then become a little more intentional about people who get information about the products, people who need the products and would wish to use them for quite a long time. And you need people who want to maybe retail or they want to build the business themselves. So today, actually it is recent, it's around 2 months or something. I sat with my upline and he was telling me that, you know what, I think we've hidden ourselves for quite a while. It's now about time we came out and just directly told people that we are in business. Because how we started was like, I have something to share with you. And when someone gets into your space, you're like, you kind of are a bit shy when you're sharing this, but directly to actually this weekend, I stood boldly in an audience of over 30 people, and I told them that I have beautiful products that can help you people, and I am making money out of them. So it was that blunt and it was that bold. So today I'm looking for people who want to use these products, and I'm looking for people who want to make money out of these products. Right away, the way when we start the one-on-one, that is the introduction. Thank you very much.
That is so useful. That is so good to know that we have to be bold and we don't need to be apologetic. I think all of us start out by almost being embarrassed that we even have anything to do with NeoLife. But we need to change our approach and our attitude to the business if we are to get good people into the business who will make the world a healthier and happier place. So I'm going to ask Fausta, and then anybody else can add on. How do you value your time? In other words, who do you give your time to? Zaituni has given us a hint, but Dr. Fausta, perhaps you can tell us, and then also Stella can add to it, because you are in corporate and you are busy. Who do you give your time to?
Yeah, thank you so much. As I'm employed, I do this business as part-time, but I make sure every day I find 1.5 hours to 2 hours to talk to people and ensure that my business grows. Because if I plan well that, for example, as I wake up in the morning, I usually attend a Zoom meeting, the 6 a.m. So then I prepare myself for a work. But during the lunchtime, I have to go back in my list. Who am I supposed to speak to today? Whether to make a follow-up for people I've already talked to or for new ones. So to me, I feel I'm comfortable. The time I find myself, I can make a calls to people or arrange one-on-one meeting or presentation. It works. So I don't think that I'm so much occupied that I cannot find time to make this business move. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. And let's hear from Stella, because I know you actually became very strategic with your one-to-ones. And I believe we have something to learn from you. And then after that, we can also hear whether Zaituni has something to add. Stella?
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor. So how do I value the time, and who do you give time to thereafter, especially if you're a business builder? First of all, I think one thing that you pick from NeoLife is being extremely organized, because the time flies so fast, the days move so fast, every day, every minute counts. So, and even what you know matters, how you spend the minutes you're with someone really, really matter. So therefore, first, one thing I have to do is make sure I have a very organized list. I'll apportion time, I contact people in a very professional manner so that they are not bombarded, they are given ample time, they come at will. Now, once you have you seek audience of people and you are privileged to get some, become part of the opportunity, they actually become business builders, you then need to establish which of these people have a reason to actually do the business, because there are so many people out there, but not everyone has a reason to do the business or the need. Once you have the ones that have the why, do they have business acumen? Are they teachable? Those are some of the things. Are they self-driven? Because this business also needs someone who is extremely self-driven, because you will be handheld for a particular point of time, but at some time you have to fly on your own. So once you're self-driven, it will come naturally. Are these people teachable? Can they learn and be able to share the opportunity and share the knowledge with other people? Those are some of the things I actually look at. And also, it's by choice and desire. So if I've tried to engage you once, twice, 3 times, and you actually express that you're not interested, either verbally or by the way you conduct yourself or responses or what, then I do not push further. I will go with the ones that are ready to go, because at the end of the day, once you understand this opportunity, you know it has a multitude of benefits, most especially the health benefit and the financial benefit, which are really person to holder. So for me, that's what I do. When I get someone with those attributes, I actually support them to become part of the business and to get value out of the business. Thank you.
Brilliant. And now, Zaituni, I know you are very good at addressing not just one person at a time, but you work with groups. Not all of us are comfortable doing that. Can you tell us how we can leverage on group dynamics to build this business?
Yes. The truth be told, this is a dynamic home. It's a dynamic environment. You will find as you get deeper into this NeoLife business, you realize that one approach may not be able to work for you. And just like Stella has mentioned, as time flies so fast, you realize that you need to do a number of one-on-ones here, and then you want to get a few people in a group of 5, 6, or 7, or even more, in a bid or in a hope that you may be able to to just throw one stone and then hit a number of birds, just like a business person. So how do we leverage on using group work? First and foremost, you know that we are working as a team. And when I do a one-on-one, that is me now doing my work, or for one person. Yet if we decided, for example, this side, we usually have a Sunday meeting, and actually Sunday and Wednesday, we encourage the team members to bring forth someone. Please come with somebody. And if I have someone and my teammate has another person, and then there is another person, that is me, my person, that is around 6 people. And we are using this one-on-one to to be shown to a number of people, which is now hopefully going to double or triple the results. So as we get into this business and we are getting the confidence and we are loving it, you realize that you don't even no longer care whether you tell the whole world. So the more, to me, the more the merrier. Mine is a bit, it doesn't have a lot of restrictions. The more the merrier. The more the people know about this, whether as one person, as the whole world, the better for all of us. Because who doesn't want to be healthy anyway? And who doesn't want the money as well? So let us go in there. To me, it's if you can speak to 2 people, go ahead and do this, because people are looking at your face. They are reading. And in the beginning, we thought people would pollute each other. When you bring in 6 people, they'll pollute themselves. You will be surprised. You will be surprised. So let's hit that one bird. Let's hit the 7 birds. We never know. It's all in God's hands.
Absolutely. Zaituni, I'm going to invite you to South Africa so that you coach us. That would be amazing.
Let me be a director. Let me become a director, and I'll come down there.
Yeah, but you're going to director. That's your very next step. I know that for a fact. Okay. Now, recognition. As I was preparing this particular panel and session, I thought to myself, I really want to recognize these ladies for the work they're doing, and for the work they're doing to impact families, to impact the nation. And I'm curious to hear how you take some time to recognize people in your teams. We'll start with you, Zaituni. You're on the screen, you've got the mic, and then after that, we can go to Fausta and Stella. What do you do to recognize?
Oh, I must say I've not been so good at recognizing. I think I'm supposed to do better. But one of the things that we usually do in our team is if you have made any points, especially in the math, you know, it's about the PVs, the profits you might not mention a lot, but it's about the PVs. We would mention that so and so, for example, Medina was able to do this number of points. And if we are there, of course, we usually have that clap of ours, a very organized clap. And then, of course, we'll mention if there is anybody, there's not been so many step-ups in my team recently, but if there was, we mentioned that so and so was able to do a manager. I've not been so intentional, and I've seen it better in another team, so I can't really motivate in that area.
Okay, so that's something maybe you to look around and see who can teach you. Might it be Fausta, Dr. Fausta? Tell us how you motivate and recognize your team.
Yeah. First of all, sometimes I arrange meeting with them. We just meet together, have some drinks together and discuss our issues. But last month, we just made an arrangement that for those who will just step up in last July and this August, the incentives that are very well arranged. So I'm lucky, I have one executive manager and one senior manager. So I'm going to recognize them on 2nd of September when we're going to have a meeting in Morogoro. So I don't want to disclose it here. I will preempt them. Yeah, thank you.
Right. I think I should stop over in Morogoro when I come to Tanzania. Okay, and as part of recognition, Stella, I know your team is rocking and rolling. One of the people is right here on the screen with you. What do you do to recognize, and how frequently? Is it monthly, weekly? Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, our team is called Amazing Stars. The first point of recognition is being a part of the Amazing Stars, and we have, so that's our brand name, it's our theme, and we have a WhatsApp group. Now, every milestone attained, it could be personal, a birthday, it could be you've made a step up, it could be you're going to present just like today. So what we do, or what I do, is to make sure there is a message going out. But lately, I'm also designing flyers that are specific to the person. If the person is one and they've made a step up or they're going to present, we even include their images and all that. We customize it basically to the person to appreciate them. We do what we call business launches to welcome the new ones, but also enjoy a cup of tea or a soft drink along the way. I give products to people who have made step ups as a celebration. It could be a product, different products, but all from NeoLife, basically to celebrate them, but also help them use, because one of our key things we do in NeoLife, our success habits, is to use the product. So as a way of encouraging people to use product, you actually give out a product to them so that they get to know more and experience the goodness of the products. Then for specific cases, sometimes I look for my senior leaders, like present team members, and get these present team members to meet one-on-one or have a call with the members for encouragement, for motivation, best for welcoming them. And this, I think, for me, makes someone feel special, recognized, and appreciated to being part of the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's brilliant. And I must say, the three of you have taught us a lot. I want to now zero in on Zaituni because she is an absolute guru, if I can use that word, on personal development, being a coach yourself. And I remember you took us through an amazing book. I had never heard of it until you spoke about it, and then I bought it immediately, Atomic Habits. So Zaituni, how important is personal development to building this business? We've already mentioned the use of the products. We have talked about building the team by introducing people. That is habit number 2. Now, personal development. Tell us about it, please.
The guru indeed. You would be surprised. Everybody will be surprised at how this business addresses us. You know, you come in with all that you know. We all come in with all that we know because everybody's coming from somewhere. You know, people come with their degrees, people come with their business, experience. People come in with a number of stuff because this business is for mature people. It's not very common to find, young people coming. But it's so amazing how it shows you that you need to get under somebody and learn and learn and unlearn and relearn. So it is just like it was put clearly by the company that these are the daily success habits. Without choosing to grow yourself in a number of things that you have found out that you are weak in, because it goes to the level of you identifying the things that are your troubles, the things that you are unable to do. Stella has mentioned something very important. This business calls for us to be so organized, so organized. And this is where you realize that even as a head teacher or a manager somewhere in another institution, that you are truly very disorganized. So personal growth and development is a very key ingredient. It usually even surpasses using the products because at a certain point, you even get used to the products. They're like part of your life. But every day we are in need of learning something new. Because today I would like to bring an example today. We have a challenge of products, not being available as we need them. And I'm seeing so many leaders being the first to lose it before their team members. And I was actually with P.T. Bugembe recently, and I was telling him, you know what? This now is stretching the muscle of resilience, because you as the leader must not even show your downlines that there is something wrong. You need to sort this. So every minute, if you choose to be, in this business and you need to be a leader, you definitely must grow as fast as possible, because the faster we grow, the faster, the better for teammates and the better for the business. So the personal growth is not even questioned. We are what we know in NeoLife, no doubt. The more you know, the better you are going to be. And actually, it gives you the confidence, the love, the staying there despite all that will happen. Even when things don't move the way you would want them in a month, you are going to stay because because there are certain things that as you have learned, as you have read, and as you have taught. So personal growth to me, it beats all the success habits. Thank you very much.
That, I think, is a very good point at which to start winding down our amazing meeting and the panel. I just want to say, ladies, that you've taught us a lot. You've taught me a lot. I've been in the business for a few years. I was one of the pioneers of NeoLife in East Africa. So I'm humbled and also at the same time very always filled with joy. I don't want to say proud of myself, but that's a word that can be like a double-edged sword. To know that as a result of meeting Dr. Fausta, I'm meeting Zaituni, and I'm meeting Stella, because of a decision I took a long time ago to say, I want to go to East Africa with this opportunity. So you have taught me a lot. And I am a big proponent of personal development. I just want to let you know. I'm a big proponent of sharing, and thank you for sharing with us. And as regards being organized, Stella, you could actually run a business of teaching us how to organize our lives and our schedules. But well done, ladies. I'm very happy that you participated. As I say, I just wanted to recognize you, to give you this platform, and I hope you had a lot of guests who can then turn to you. And for the other guests who were invited by other people, please turn to the people who invited you and tell them that you really should become part of this family. We are a family with huge rooms, you know. We can always stretch the rooms and allow you in. And now, next week, I will have a topic in Women's Day. I'll choose a topic. And then the final week, the final Tuesday of the month, we shall have a Q&A. So you can think of your questions that you want to address. Health, if they're business related, I'm going to rope people in so that we can have a lively discussion. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good evening. And to our three beautiful ladies, well done. Good night.
Good night, doctor.
Thank you for the opportunity, and good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.